Claire Williams will step down as Deputy Team Principal after this race. Please, can we have your reaction to the news? What does it mean for you and for the team? George, please.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's, I guess a sad day for us. Obviously, for me personally, Frank and Claire gave me my opportunity in Formula One. It's something I'm very thankful and grateful for. And obviously, having the opportunity to drive for such an amazing and prestigious team for the 2 years I've been here so far. So obviously, it's sad to see the Williams family step aside, but the history of Williams will still remain under Williams Racing, and we'll obviously still continue to fight and representing the family name.
Thank you, George. Nicholas?
Yeah, from my side, I was definitely a bit shocked to hear the news this morning. I think when the news broke that the team was sold, it was definitely something in the back of my mind that maybe I could have anticipated, but I think it was not. Just wasn't expecting it so soon. I think even the whole sale of the team in general happened much quicker than everyone thought. But yeah, I mean, obviously for me, I've not yet done my first full season in Formula One, but I've been with the team in the team environment, part of the Williams family since last year as my role with the team, and for sure very special that Claire and Frank, like George said, gave me my first opportunity to cut my teeth in Formula One, and I hope to have a very long career in F1, and I think it's always going to be special that where I started out was here with Williams, and as George alluded to, they've given many drivers their first opportunity, and not just drivers, but many different team members. The culture and kind of atmosphere and environment that's been cultivated here over those years, I think is going to remain the same, because that's something that will not go just because Claire and the family are stepping aside. But yeah, just very grateful for them to have given me this opportunity.
Firstly, Claire broke the news to us this morning, to myself and Nicholas. I mean, with assurances, I think, obviously for Claire and the Williams family, the team means a huge amount to them, more than it does to anybody else. And I think they would not have sold it to a company they did not have faith they would have the best interest of the team at heart. And I think with Dalton, that's absolutely what they believe they have. They're a great bunch of people, very passionate, and I am definitely at ease with the situation, knowing that if Claire and the Williams family are happy with it, then, like I say, they're only doing it for the best interest of the team.
Last weekend, at the end of the race, we think we realized that we weren't gonna, score points. So we didn't really. We thought it would be better to go for another pit stop and run the tire that we hadn't really run that weekend to learn about it, see how it reacts, and then just give up on the race in a way to gain knowledge on that tire. So I think that was the right thing to do, and to just learn as we missed out on Friday running. So but yeah, of course you would prefer to be running in the points and going for the optimal strategy, but in this case it was the right thing to do. We've seen this track be a little bit hectic in qualifying to try and get a toe, and last corner before starting the lap has been a little bit of a mess at times. So hopefully we won't see such a big mess. I mean, it's just natural on this track that everyone will try and get a toe. So yeah, I haven't seen what the FIA has said about this yet. I'll go and have a look.
Racing driver always need to push, and this was what I was doing, on that laps. I knew that Sebastian was really close to me, and I was trying to be on his DRS zone. And this was my target, and unfortunately happened what happened. Now, like I say, it's too late to see what was wrong and everything from my side. I was just trying to push like I always did, and unfortunately this time I went wrong. But it's now, like I said before, I just want to do well here in Monza and forget about Spa.
Spa is traditionally a circuit where the team has performed well. Yet the performance declined as the weekend progressed. Why was that?
Well, I think we got few ideas. I think our performance wasn't great in the low speed throughout the race. We were not able to make any progress early on. I think that contributed to our result in a way. I think we were not as fast as McLaren's, the Renaults, and that made it pretty hard. I think in the end, although we were very different on the strategies across the cars, our finishing position was not a lot better. You know, we were next to each other, so yeah, I think simply the track didn't work for us. I think we probably took some wrong decisions throughout the weekend, but nothing big. I hope here, although it's kind of similar downforce level, I think we can be more competitive in this circuit.
Have you had a chance to drive Mugello on the simulator yet? If so, what were your impressions and what kind of a race do you think we'll get next weekend?
Well, I was supposed to do it in the simulator, but unfortunately due to quarantine in England, this wasn't possible. So I think Danny managed to try like few laps in the last session we did. But yeah, that's the only feedback. He told me a few things about the track that seems quite interesting with the F1 car, but yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I know.
That's a good information, no?
Yeah, exactly. It's exciting. That's the only thing I need to know. Yeah.
Tell us, Danny, tell us. What were your thoughts?
I can't wait to tell you. My thoughts are, it's a great track, yeah, honestly. I drove them in Formula Renault, first of all, like 9 years back or something, when I was young. And I remember I really enjoyed it in the Formula Renault car. It was really cool. And I think we will definitely enjoy it in the Formula One car as well. I think it's very fast corners, very long chicanes, you know, it's you will feel like the car, the Formula One car really in its own world there, and what's the most important, I hope it will be suited to our car very well, so hopefully we will deliver something good there, and on the simulator, yeah, I confirm, it's a nice track.
Spa was great, I think from start to finish, Friday through to Sunday, it was just a really clean weekend. It was probably the kind of cleanest, well, we had the issue in FP2, but I think just from a performance perspective, I think that was probably the most, let's say, strongest weekend of my, you know, Renault career.
How exciting was it for you to be back up there, opening lap, dicing with your old mucker, Max Verstappen?
It was fun, you know, it was cool. We spoke a bit after, and we said, you know, it was obviously fun to be able to do that for a sequence of corners, and we would have loved to have done it for the next 40 laps or so. You know, some races are a little bit follow the leader, so to speak. So to have a bit of a battle was nice. But yeah, we're all up for it. So hopefully there's a bit more of that going on. I think this track does lend itself to overtaking and side-by-side racing for a little bit. So yeah, trying to make it happen again. And I think we're in a good place. So try and keep the ball rolling.
Overall, like Daniel, I think it's been a very clean weekend performance-wise. There was a lot of new parts on my car, which worked pretty well. We've developed the car from all the sessions, and we managed to, you know, position ourselves very well in qualifying, which was a great satisfaction because we knew we could race from there. And then, you know, beating a Red Bull, having the pace, you know, to fight until the end, it was pretty solid. And I think we've extracted a good strategy on our side that give us a chance, you know, to be on that 5th spot. So it definitely feels good, and I think we have one more opportunity to do well here.
You seem to get stronger the longer the race goes on. Is there a specific reason why you are so fast towards the end of the races? Does it have something to do with the car's characteristics?
I think it's a mixture of things. I think it's quite possibly a strength from the car, but at the same time we have races where we struggle more than other people with tire degradation and so on, so I don't think it's purely a strong set from the car. I think a lot of it is, you know, we have a good car, and F1 car nowadays is so difficult to overtake, at points it may look like I'm much slower than, or people are much slower than what they're actually capable of doing. And for example, last weekend in Spa, I felt like we had good pace in the whole of the second stint on a hard tyre. But for the first 15, 20 laps, I just couldn't pass Stroll because we were too similar on pace. So a lot of it was purely managing the tyres, not having any wheel spins, not doing anything silly to ruin the tyres and take any life away. And at the same time, my pace was good enough to always put Stroll under that bit of pressure and to force him into mistakes and have to push more than what I was having to. And therefore, when he dropped away, I could push on and I saved the tyres for the last few laps. And I think that's why it looked so good. So I think it's a mixture. I think it's a mixture of a good car, a good understanding of what we have to do, and some pretty good driving.
If you were faced with the option of moving to Ferrari now, if you had the contract offer now, would you think twice about moving?
No, definitely not. I'm very comfortable with the decision I've taken. I'm fully and 100% confidence on Ferrari people and on what they can do for the future. Let's just remember that last year they were capable of doing 7 pole positions, so it's a team that I think knows how to produce very good cars. And regarding, if I am nervous, what makes me nervous is to lose 30 points due to no fault of my own. That's what really concerns me right now and what really makes me go to bed and think, where the hell have I lost this amount of points and how is this happening to me? No, but no, I'm fully confident. I'm ready to go for Ferrari next season, and I cannot be more excited.
Would you say that was your cleanest weekend yet with the team?
Maybe. It could have been. I think even Red Bull Ring was a little bit cleaner, but otherwise, no, it was a good, especially if you think about the few races before Spa, it was a good step forward. I felt like straight away from FP1 we were a bit more, I think both of us happy with where the car was feeling, and just chipping away at it. Still wanted a bit more from it, but otherwise it was, like you said, it was quite a smooth weekend.
From the debriefs, can you just tell us what the thinking was behind putting you on the medium tyre during the safety car period?
Mainly just to see if we could get past Daniel at the start of the restarts. Obviously, when you have a bit of a different compound, the mediums were going to work a little bit better. But obviously, Pierre and I think it was Sergio stayed out at that point, and it was quite tricky to do anything. So we stayed out, finished the race, but suffered with a little bit more deg than we expected.
Christian Horner and Helmut Marko still believe you have a chance of the championship. What do you think?
Well, we won't give up, but I'm very realistic that at the moment we're just too slow. We need luck to win races and actually gain some points back. Like at the moment, it looks like we're still in a championship fight, but every race I'm more or less losing 7 points. So at 1 point will of course be very big, the gap. But like I said, just being realistic I think is good. But every single weekend I try to of course get the best out of it. I mean, it's not like I'm down or anything, but be realistic. I think in Spa again we were half a second slower a lap compared to them, so you can't really fight them at the moment.
I find myself pretty happy with the balances the beginning of the year. Some weekends have been harder than others, but otherwise I will say the balance for me is the strength. Then P3 in the constructor, it's difficult to answer now. I think we'll have to wait until we arrive in Mugello, which should be a track where we'll see a bit more the realistic picture for the end of the year, because Spa and here will be very difficult for us. Spa has been very difficult for us. Monza, I expect a similar weekend, but after that it should go better. Then whether it will be enough to come back to third in the Constructor Championship, I don't know, but we'll push for this. And as a driver, I definitely want to believe in that third place in the championship, even if we know it's going to be difficult.
The car this year is based on last year's car, so
I think we tried to make a step forward, the biggest step possible. Obviously, we find ourselves in a difficult position because we're struggling with power this year, and we're struggling with the car and with grip overall this year. So, as I said, it is obviously based on last year, and it is a step forward from last year. We would all like the step to be bigger, but it is what we were able to do, and we've obviously got to make the best of the situation as it is now.
It's the obvious question, really, but the party mode ban comes into effect this weekend. What's the team told you about its impact?
Not too much, really, have they?
Yeah, better race
pace.
And do you think it's going to compromise you in qualifying?
I think naturally we lose a little bit, but not. It's not the end of the day. So I think everyone's potentially going to lose something, but maybe some more than others. No one particularly knows, I think, but I don't think it's going to be a problem for us.
Are you excited by the change?
Doesn't do anything for me. Either way, it's fine.
Valtteri, can we just get your thoughts on the engine mode ban, what the team's been telling you and your attitude towards it?
Pretty similar than what Lewis said. So I think in qualifying, obviously, there's going to be a small difference. It's not huge. But then in the race, hopefully, seems like we're actually going to have overall better race time with a decent mode all through the race. So I think the team has really tried to maximize it. Of course, we see this weekend how it goes, but it's not going to change much. As I said earlier, it's just one strategic thing less. So everything is just a bit more equal, I guess.
I find it kind of amusing because the FIA said that it was so they could manage everyone's usage of the engine or something like that, and then Red Bull came and said that we were the ones just pushing for it. So it's just completely different reasons why they did it, but I think it's a compliment at the end of the day. I think hopefully the guys back at the factory it's a compliment. You know, they've done such a fantastic job with the engine, but we will continue to work and improve with the situation that we're given, and be interesting to see how it plays out during the weekend.
Will it make your life easier in the cockpit during the race?
Yeah. I like personally being able to control when you use some of the life of the engine and where you save it. That's kind of been a strength of mine in terms of saving engine mileage through the year and making the engine last longer. They take a bit of that away, but it means we have to worry less about switch over to anything else.